We're going to make use of the My Bedroom 2014 file in your working folder to explore some of the more advanced Gantt chart customization options. Now you'll find that in this file there are actually two new views, Guy's Gantt chart and Guy's tracking Gantt. Now for the moment they are just simply copies of the default Gantt chart and the default tracking Gantt chart. But by creating copies allows us to customize that copy and not affect the default option, so that any stage we can go back to Gantt chart and it's all working fine. Whereas when we're looking at our customized copy, Gantt chart or tracking Gantt, then things could be slightly different. The first thing I'd like to explore is changing the text that gets displayed next to a task. Now you'll find that in the Gantt chart, by default, you have the resource name after each task, and then the actual start date for each milestone. In the tracking Gantt, you have the percentage complete appearing at the end of each task, and at the end of a task summary, and then the start date next to each milestone still. So if we wanted to customize either or of those options, they would need to be done in each separate Gantt chart. So firstly, let's look at the tracking Gantt. So to access this information and make changes to it, I need to go to Gantt chart tools, format, then format bar styles. Now the critical task is this pinky one, and a normal task is this bluey one. So if you want things to change as far as the labels go in both of those, you need to make changes in both places. So let's look at the critical first, and there is a little tab at the bottom called text. And you can see here, this is where it shows percentage complete will appear on the right hand side of the taskbar. Now we can make text appear on the left hand side of the taskbar, above the taskbar, below the taskbar, or inside the taskbar. So if I didn't want the percentage complete to appear at the right, then I would simply delete that option from there. And maybe I would like it to appear inside the taskbar. Now in the list, in the drop down, are all the fields. They're listed alphabetically. So luckily the percentage complete option is near the top. And that will now appear inside the taskbar. Okay. And you can see the number progression appears inside. It's more obvious on the longer tasks than it is on the shorter ones. But that's only for critical tasks. Notice the blue ones, the non-critical tasks, haven't moved their percentage. We would need to make sure that in the bar styles, we also changed the task blue, so that's a normal task. Deleted percentage complete from the right and placed it on the inside as well. That's okay. And you can see that it then appears on the inside of a normal task as well. What about the summary task? Bar styles. Scroll down through the list of options. There's our summary bar there. And on the text, you can see it says percentage complete on the right. Let's delete that as well and place that one on the left of the bar. So we can see at the beginning, before we have to scroll all the way to the right, percentage complete. Okay. And then see in the summary bars, the percentage complete is on the left hand side of them, which allows us to see how far you've progressed without having to scroll to the right. For this one here that lasts a bit of time, that is quite useful. So you control where values appear and what values appear. If we change to the Guy's Gantt chart, as an example, we could change what appears here by going to Gantt chart tools, format, bar styles. Again, we have a task option here, text, the resource names appear on the right. Let's delete that and say we'd actually like not the resource names, but the resource initials. Now everything's alphabetical, so you can start typing to jump down the list. Resource initials appear on the left of the bar. Okay, you then see the initials appear on the left. So dec for decorator, me for me, so that's not really very much abbreviated. I could move these start dates for the milestones to be on the left as well, so they're not interfering with the arrows. I mean, that's the only problem with them being on the right, is they overlap and get mixed up in the arrows and the links. So it's format, bar styles, milestone, text. Currently it's on the right, so let's delete that, put it on the left. Now they've got it down as the task finish, but I'm actually going to put task start. Now for a milestone, it doesn't actually matter. Now the field itself is actually just called start. There it is, start. Okay. And you see we then get 18, 130 on the left of the milestone, not getting mixed in or crisscrossing over the links. That's customization of the text that appears on your Gantt chart, all controlled under Format and Bar Styles. Select the correct bar that you wish to customize, because there are different bars, different bar for the task, different bar for milestone, different bar for summaries. Once you've chosen the right bar, you then choose text. You then have a location next to or even inside that bar to place your text. And then you have a drop list of all the fields that you can choose from. And it is every field within your project that you can choose. So you can see all the baseline options, different durations, costs, and even percentage complete and percentage work complete, because there is a slight difference.